Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Chanel, also known as Simply Fabulous Life. My husband and I do mostly vlogs, but one of my most popular videos that came out a couple weeks ago was regarding a layoff. And since then, I've really been thinking about things that I could bring to this channel and to this particular um, video about things that you all can do to prepare yourself for a layoff, as well as if you've been laid off, what your next step should look like. I'm not sure if I shared in that video that in 2023, I'm sorry, come on, London, I was burnt out from being in management, and I was working for an international company that is internationally known. Their home base is in the UK, not UK, I'm sorry. It is in Amsterdam. I don't know why I said UK. And I hated it. I hated that job, and I think it was partly due to losing I started the job 2 weeks after I lost my mom, and then I was working with a bunch of people who was just horrible people, and yeah. So every day I was pushing myself to go to work, but God blessed me, and for me it was a blessing to be laid off. Because it was such a large company and it was an international company, and I had not even worked there for a year yet. April would have been a year, and I was laid off January 17th of 2023. And I received the severance pay, which the severance pay pretty much it was a nice size of severance pay. But if you don't know, if you receive severance pay, your workers, I'm talking about workers' comp. Your y'all caught a cold. Your unemployment will not start right away. Number one, when let's say you've had your meeting with your manager in HR, because that is normally who is in these meetings when you're laid off, to tell your service package and your next steps, right? So as soon as you got a need, you should go ahead and file for your unemployment, because it takes a couple weeks just to kick in. And not everyone can afford those 2 weeks. So what should you be doing in those 2 weeks? Working, getting some money on the table somewhere, or doing something. I'm not telling you to cheat the government, but you need to take care of your family. You need to do what you need to do, is all I'm saying. I was fortunate enough to receive a severance pay. I had savings, so I was good, but not everyone is, and I know that. So after you have that discussion with your manager, now you make sure that you go right away and file for your unemployment. That is number one. Now, what are you to do? You're trying to find a new job. I just read a comment on LinkedIn, because I do have a LinkedIn account. All my last 3-4 jobs I got from LinkedIn, because recruiters reached out to me, and that is how I obtained my positions. Now, I made a video not last week about recruiters are not your friend, and they're not. You need to know that their best interest is to hire the best people, number one. Number two, not give you the full amount of what that particular company may be paying for that position. They're trying to keep as much money in their pockets as they possibly can. So know your worth and ask for the dollar amount that you know that you deserve. Do not be scared to not be able to get the position because you think you're asking for too much. They have the money in the budget. And a matter of fact, some of the things that I had started doing is I asked them up front, what was the budget? Like, what are they offering? Because what they want you to do is to give them an amount, and hopefully it's under what you would have been paid. That is what they want. But no, don't be scared to ask for the pay right up front, because I started doing that when I was laid off in 2023. I could have easily gotten a job in management within a month. There were so many people reaching out to me for management. I did not want to go back into management. I really gave it a lot of thought as to what I wanted to do. I I finagled around with wanting to become an analyst. I looked at a lot of positions and I was like, this is really what I would like to do, because most of the time you're not managing anyone. You are working on your own, which I love to do. But I do work with a team of people, but I don't have to manage anyone. I manage their work. Like, I tell them what they need to work. They have a manager. I'm sorry, I thought I had logged out. I've been off. But yeah. So that's another thing. If you're laid off, really give it a great thought as to what you want to do. Is your current career what you want to do? Do you want to transition into a whole nother role? This is the opportunity for you to do that, if you can afford to do that. If you cannot, honey, get your coin the best way you can. I hope she's not distracting y'all. Are you distracting the people with your cute little face? No. But yeah, she's sitting in my lap. Let me push up so she can be stable. But there's nothing wrong with that. Do not feel bad about taking care of your family. So number one, if you do not have a LinkedIn account, please get one. Get a LinkedIn account and let these recruiters do the work for you. Yes, should you apply for a position? Yes, you should. But my position, the last 3 positions I received, it wasn't from me applying for a position. I don't know why I can't talk, but it was actually from recruiters reaching out to me. So that's one thing. So now that you've had your discussion, you've filled out your unemployment paperwork, now what's next, right? You want to start applying for positions. And prior to all of that, right now, even if you're not unemployed, even if you are employed, halt all excessive cost. Get rid of any service that you're not using. If you have Hulu and all these different services, get rid of all of them except for one. Car insurance. Call your car insurance company and see if you can. I do this type of thing. I call them and say, hey, first, number one, me and my husband work from home. We rarely drive our cars. Why is my insurance so high? I need a reduction. They will reduce it. Okay? Cable companies, same thing. Call them. Make it your job to reduce your bills. Make it your job to reduce your output. You want input. You want everything coming in, but you want a little going out. This is not the time to buy a new car. If your car is working and it gets from A and B, that's what you need. Do not get a new car. You want to cut out excess spending. Okay? Right now is not the time to just be throwing money. Because none of us will never know when it will be our turn. And we want to be prepared. Save money. Cut out your excess spending. Do not buy a new car. If you can't, don't even buy a house right now. If you were in the market, hold off. Hold off. Because new or old homes, they're going to cost you some money somewhere that you never expected. New or old. I'm sorry to tell you. If some of you watch Peyton, I love Peyton. Peyton bought a brand new home and the house flooded. And it flooded from her daughter's bathroom and cost all this money. Yes, it's covered in insurance, but guess who has to pay that deductible? Depending on your deductible. Same thing happened to our house. Yes, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm here to help you save money, and I'm here to guide you in finding your new position. Get your LinkedIn account, have someone look at your resume. You can be the best resume writer on this earth, but please have someone else to go over your resume for you. Someone else to proofread it, because you wrote it, and to you it may sound good. And if you can afford it, have someone write it for you. If you can afford it, a professional, someone that you trust, a trusted company. There's this lady on LinkedIn that does resume writing. That's what she's known for. Also, this what's the app on Google? The Google AI. You can put it in there, and honey, it will work miracles. Get your resume up to par. Get on LinkedIn. Decide what it is that you want to do. If you want to stay in your career field, go for it. If you want to transition out and find something different, do that as well, or do both. This is the time for you to apply for the thing that you want. The jobs, the position that you want. Also, until you find out exactly what you want to do, do temp work. Go to a temp agency. Look what they're hiring for temporarily. It's better than unemployment. It's better than unemployment. Because unemployment in Georgia was $350 a week? It was not a lot. Thank God that I had savings and we were good. But we really didn't have to touch my savings due to my severance package. Thank God. And the thing about it is, I was laid off January 17th of 2023. I landed my position July 17th of 2023. 5 months exactly. It took 5 months, but it was really due to me being very picky. Very picky. That week that I was offered that my position with the company that I work for, I had three offers, and that can happen to you too. But it's work. I did a lot of research before I would apply, but my position actually came from the HR recruiter for my particular company. I had 3 interviews, landed a position. Yeah. I just want everyone to be mindful of their spending. You want to have more input than output. Get rid of any subscription that you're not using, that you don't need. Do not buy a car. Do not buy a home. Do not just go throwing money. If you're getting any income tax, put that in your savings. Don't spend a dime. Put it in your savings. If you can help it. Now, if you're trying to catch up from last year, like a lot of us people do what you got to do to get caught up. But put your money in the savings. Also, make sure that you are keeping track of your credit score. Now, what does credit score have to do with anything? Because at some point, you may need a car. You may need a home. And the worst thing about wanting and needing something is not having the ability to do it. Okay? I would get into credit and how you can pay your credit off. If that's something that you want me to discuss, I will do that in the next video. It's called the snowball effect, where you pay off a smaller credit card first, and once you pay that off, everything that you applied, that, let's say you're paying $50 a month on that one, that small bill, but you paid it off. You were paying $100 on it. Okay, now the second largest bill, you might have been paying $50 a month on that. Now you're paying $150 because you paid off that one. Now you're using that money to pay off the second one, so on and so forth. So now you paid off your second one, you were paying, let's say, $200 on that one a month. Now you go to your third one, and that one you was paying $50 too. So now you pay $250 a month to pay it off. That is called a snowball effect. Now, there's so many things in this nugget of mine to help people. And I just want us all to be in a space where we're not worried about money. We're not worried about where our next check is coming from. And even if it don't come, it will be okay because we've saved enough money. We done what we needed to do to prepare for the seasons that will not be as plentiful, you know? So I hope this little video helps everyone. And if there's some topics that you would like for me to cover, please let me know, and I will do that. Hopefully this helps, because I know sometimes I'll be all over the place. I call myself writing some notes. I did not even look at any of them, because that's just the beauty of being me. So London and I will tell you all good night, and we'll talk to you later. Smooches.